Hey folks, Nas here, coming at you with my first guide since the 1.0 release of Medieval Dynasty. There's already been a few different updates and stuff and changes to the game, which is really nice that Toplits and RenderCube are staying on top of all of this stuff. That's great. Thank you for that. But anyway, what I'm doing in this episode here is kind of comparing some of the very early game items that you can craft, specifically from the Workshop 1, which you see right here in front of you. I'm comparing those items to the stone knife because with these last few updates, we've had a lot of changes to things that we can sell to make coin in the game. And everything early game keeps coming back to stone knives, being able to sell those and make coins. So what I wanted to kind of do is show an overview of the items that you can craft in the Workshop 1 and how those compare to making money as opposed to doing the stone knife. So if you didn't want to go and collect stones and sticks and make the stone knives. Now, with the stone knife, the quick crafting option, so when you start a new game, you can go through and select the custom settings in the game, and there is an option to do quick or fast crafting. That is actually very vital if you're going to do stone knives. Now, if you have no reason to do, or you don't even want to do stone knives, that's fine. And I'm not saying that stone knives are hand down the best. So I'm just doing a comparison. That way you guys kind of know how much money you can make from some of the different items in the Workshop 1. And then, of course, I compare them to the stone knife. So what we're going to be doing, you can see a couple of items laying around here. So we've got the wooden cup, we've got the wooden bowl, and we have the wooden plate. Now, I didn't really make those pretty like I did the wicker basket and the bucket and stuff, because these do not give you an option to move them and place them like the bucket does. So if you see, the bucket actually has, take or grab. So if you hold E, you'll grab it and you can move it around and place it where you want, kind of. Still a little bit wonky, but you can do it. The wicker basket is the same thing. These are all items that we're going to be comparing today. And then also the ladle and the spoon, which you can kind of see in there, but I can't really pick it up. I was able to place those in the basket. It was a little wonky, but I was able to do it. But the wooden cup, bowl, and plate do not give you that grab option. I don't know if they're going to be adding that or not later. I hope so, because that'll help for sure. But anyway, so we are going to be comparing the wooden cup, the wooden bowl, the plate. Now you notice that when I picked those up, the wooden bowl was 5. This wooden plate does not need to be in my inventory because that's from a meal. So we're going to drop that one, because we're only dealing with the stuff that I crafted and then things that you're going to be carrying on you anyway. So we got the wooden bowl, the plate, and the cup. They all produce 5 when crafted. So through one crafting cycle, they each produce 5 of those items. And that was just the bowl that I had, plate that I had dropped. Oh, apparently the used plate gives you the option. Okay, now wait a minute. Let's check this real quick. Wooden plates. So there's a stack of plates. So if we drop that stack of plates, it only says take. But the one plate says grab. So if we pick up the 5 plates and drop 1 plate. Let's just drop 1 plate. 1 plate. Ah, the 1 plate gives you the grab option. Alrighty. Good to know. So you can't grab, of course, you see how wonky it can be. So you can't grab the whole stack and drag them around. It has to be the 1 plate. Okay. We're going to have that 1 plate in our inventory. Then we got the bucket, wicker basket, ladle, and spoon. So these are all the items that if you go into your technology and go over here to the production tab, workshop 1. This is one of the first buildings that you're going to build right after building your own house, maybe. You could build it before because you're going to have the production points anyway if you followed my day 1 coin making video, because you're going to get a few of these unlocked anyway if you're trying to make coin on first day, because you will be crafting stone knives at that point. But anyway, with the workshop, you can see that I've purchased all 8 of the items. So we got the wicker basket, the bowl, cup, plate, wooden ladle, wooden spoon, bucket, and wooden vial. I don't think I have the vials, on me, do I? I don't think I do. Okay, I need to craft some wooden vials, and I need plank for that. So what we do, we just need 1 plank. Let me go craft that real quick. Put that, and 1 plank. Grab that. Let's head over here, and let's craft up some vials. And vials. Craft those real quick. Alrighty, so there we go. So now if you go to the technology, go to production, workshop. Okay, so there we go. We're back into here. So with the stone knife, now the stone knife does not require a building. You can actually hit Q, you can open your personal crafting wheel, go to hand crafting, and there's the stone knife right there. From day 1, as soon as you enter the game, you can craft these items in this wheel without a building. You do not need a building for these at all. So the stone knife is right there, 5 sticks, 2 stones. Now the stone knife sells for 20 coin at 100% condition. Now everything will lose condition. We're going to open this back up. We'll go to our inventory. There's the stone knife. You can see the condition right there. But you can see, like on my bow, which is red because it's stolen, it has a condition of 65 because I've used it. So the condition on everything will drop as it is being used. So at 100% condition, the stone knife at the vendor will sell for 20 coin. Now granted, it's listed at 40 in your personal inventory. So let's take a walk over to the vendor. Here we are at Lubomira.
How can I help you?
Actually, you need to show me some prices, ma'am. Thank you.
In the valley.
Absolutely, they are. So if you go over here to the stone knife, you can see we can sell that stone knife to Lubomira for 20 coin. I have no perks or anything for like barter or anything like that. So this is early game stuff. With the stone knife, 20 coin. It weighs a half a kilogram. So everything's run off of a kilogram here. I started out with about 6.5 kilograms of weight before I picked everything up in the workshop. So I'm basing all of my figures today off of a 7 kilogram weight already in your personal inventory. Now it's up to 14 because I picked everything up. But that way, you know, we're basing all of my figures today off of 7 kilograms of weight already being in your inventory. This is also with the assumption that you have already picked up the large pouch and equipped it, which also adds 10 kilograms of weight, and the simple large backpack. And it'll get you to 65 kilograms. Now I'm at 75. So what I've done is I've taken 10 kilograms off. Let me get back out of here so I can show you real quick.
Day.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. But if we go back into skills, and I believe right here under excavation, mule. So I'm currently at a 10 kilogram carry weight. I have eliminated this perk out of my figures because early game, very early game, you're not going to have this. You can see that I've gotten 3 skill points there, 4 skill points there, and then there's 2 more, so it's 6 skill points in excavation. You're not going to have this very early in the game. So I've eliminated that 10 kilograms out of that. So we're basing the weight in my figures off of a 65 kilogram weight limit. So you've already gotten the backpack and the pouch. If you've gone back and watched my 2,000 coin video on first day, you'll see that. But anyway, now we've gotten that squared away. We're going to go back and we're going to talk to Lubomira.
Hail, friend.
Hey, old friend.
Only the best products here.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so the stone knife is 20 coin. Stone knife requires 2 stone, 5 stick, makes 1 knife. It requires also survival sense skill. Let's get back out of here. Go back to the skills. I should have shown you that before. So if you go to survival, now let me rephrase that. It doesn't actually require you to have this skill to craft the knives. You can craft the knives without this skill. However, this skill allows you to see the sticks on the ground and the rocks on the ground. So it makes finding stone so much easier. And it's right here. So if you go into the survival category and get the survival sense skill, you can see down here allows you to see mushrooms, feathers, and herbs in the inspector mode. They haven't added the text to it, letting you know that you can see rocks and sticks. Now it does not show you stick bushes. It only shows you the sticks. And I'll show you that real quick. So if we can go out here, these are stick bushes. You can see it says sticks, and then you can, click it and collect, and you get more than 1 stick. Most of the cases you get, 2 or 3 or something like that. But if we hit Alt, you can see there's a stone right there. You can see sticks there. They show up in green. The herbs all show up in yellow. So that way, when you're walking around and you're like, man, I don't see any stone, you let your stamina get up a little bit. You can see the little green bar moving there on the bottom left. Let your stamina get up a little bit. Press that Alt button, and then it'll highlight stones that are nearby. And you can see them. You can see there's a cluster of them over there, some over there, some over there. And that way you can actually go and find these stones a whole lot easier. So if you're in a heavily grassy area, or you have your foliage turned up. I personally have my foliage turned down, so it helps me see some of these items. But if you have your foliage setting turned up, you'll almost never see stone unless you have that survival sense. Alrighty, so back to selling items. So now,
never disappoint.
So the stone knife, we got the survival sense. There is no schematic cost of this. As you noticed earlier, we went into the technology and I showed you the schematics and things, which I'll show you in a little bit again. You have to buy schematics for everything else I'm going to show you today. Alrighty, so the stone knife is 20 coins. The bucket sells for 15 coins. Now the bucket requires 2 planks. And you can see that its weight is 2 kilograms. So it's the heaviest item that we're going to be looking at today. Then we're going to scroll down a little bit more. We've got the wooden bowl. Now the wooden bowl, all 5 of them weighs 1 kilogram. So they're 0.2 kilograms each for the bowl. That's the same thing for the plate and the cup. They also sell for 2 coins a piece. Now this is not 2 coins for the 5. This is 2 coins a piece. Then the wooden vials, they make 10. Now wooden vials require you to have 2 planks. Now you get 2 planks from 1 log. So you can actually go down and chop down a maple tree and get 4 logs, which will give you 8 planks. And then each 1 plank will give you 10 vials. So 1 maple tree will give you 80 vials. So there's not a whole lot of gathering time to get the wooden vials. However, they do weigh 0.2 kilograms each, but they sell for 1.5 coins. Now I'm going to go over all of these figures later and everything, because what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how much money you're going to make per run. So you're going to be crafting whatever item you're choosing to craft, and you're going to load your inventory up from that 7 kilograms up to your max, so you're not encumbered. That way you can run, and then you're going to run to a vendor and you're going to sell your items. Wicker basket, 5 sticks to make 1 wicker basket. It weighs half a kilogram and it sells for 7.5 coins. Of course, we've covered the wooden cup. Now we're going to go to the ladle and the spoon. Now the ladle and the spoon each take 1 stick to craft. So that's it. Just 1 stick, you get 1 ladle, or 1 stick and you get 1 spoon. It weighs 0.07 kilograms and it sells for 1.5 coins. Alrighty, now what we're going to do is we are going to look at what is required.
See
Get
you
back out of
soon.
there. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We're going to look at what is required, and I'm going to put on the screen some of these figures. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to cover the amount of items of each item you can carry before you're encumbered. Now, for the stone knives, we are working, remember, we started out with 65 kilograms of carry weight because I've eliminated the mule points that I personally have. So I'm assuming that you don't have those very early in the game, which you probably won't. So you start out with the pouch and the simple large backpack, and your max carry weight is going to be 65 kilograms. I'm assuming that you're going to have weapons and clothes on you. We're estimating that you already have 7 kilograms of weight on you, which leaves 58 kilograms left for you to fill up your bag, your inventory. So the stone knives with 58 kilograms, and they weigh a half a kilogram each. If you divide the half a kilogram by the 58, you get 116. So ideally, you should be able to carry 116 stone knives before you get encumbered. That way you can go and sell those. The wooden vials, you divide the 0.2 kilograms that they weigh each by the 58 by the 0.2 kilograms, and you get 290. So you should be able to carry 290 vials on you. The wicker baskets, you figure these out all the same way. You should be able to carry 116 wicker baskets. You should be able to carry 290 wooden plates or wooden bowls or wooden cups. I kind of clumped those together because they all require the same amount of materials. They produce the same amount of product, and they all cost the same amount to sell each. Alrighty, so the wooden plate, bowls, or cups, you should be able to carry 290 on you. The wooden ladle or wooden spoon, again, you should be able to carry 828 of those. Now remember, those only take 1 stick to craft. And then the bucket. Now the bucket, you're only going to be able to carry about 29 buckets on you before you get encumbered. But that lets us know how many of those items that we can carry. Now, we're going to get down here and we're going to see how many materials we need for each run. That way, if you wanted to do this, you could go ahead and pre-collect all of the materials and then do you one big crafting session and then load your inventory up and go. So the materials needed for the stone knife, you need 232 stone and 580 sticks to get the 116 that we carry. So the wooden vials, you need to collect 15 logs in order to make the 290 wooden vials. Because remember, 1 log produces 2 planks, and you only need 1 plank to produce 10 vials. So, 15 logs, roughly 4 maple trees, because you get 4 logs per maple tree, and that as long as you leave the stump. If you take the stump, you actually get a 5th. But I don't ever recommend taking the stump unless the stumps are in your way building. That way they grow back every 2 years. The tree will grow back as long as you leave the stump. So the wooden vials, 15 logs is all you need. Turn those logs into planks and then turn those planks into wooden vials. And you're going to have the 290 wooden vials that you can carry on you. The wicker basket, you need 580 sticks. Now you're going to just walk around and you're going to find those little stick bushes and grab sticks off of them. If you want to grab them off the ground, you can. But when you grab them off the ground, you only get 1 stick at a time. As to where if you grab the little stick bushes, you have a chance at getting 2 or 3 at a time by doing that. So that's what I prefer to do when I'm getting sticks. The wooden bowls, plates, and cups, you need 58 logs in order to get the 290 of each of those items. So you're gonna have 58 logs, and you're gonna make 290 wooden plates, or you're gonna make 290 wooden bowls, or you're gonna make 290 wooden cups, because they all require the same materials and they all cost the same when you sell. The wooden ladle or spoon, obviously, they only take 1 stick. You can carry 828 on you before encumbered, so obviously you need 828 sticks if you're going to do wooden ladles or spoons. The bucket, you need 58 planks, which means that you need 29 logs. So 29 logs really isn't that big of a deal. So what are you looking at? 8 trees, eight maple trees. Matter of fact, that'll probably give you a few extra logs. So really, gathering the materials for the bucket and for the wooden vials is actually very easy because it's just a low number of trees as long as you're chopping down maple. Alrighty, now for the big stuff here that we're all kind of been waiting for is how much does this stuff make? And some of you have probably gone through and already started doing some of the math. So the wooden vials, if you sell all of the wooden vials that you take, so we're talking 290 wooden vials, you're going to make 435 coin because they sell for 1.5 coins each. The small wicker basket, you're going to make 2,175 coins. So clearly the wicker basket is more viable to make money than the wooden vials are now. Now the wooden vials have been nerfed quite a bit because they were selling for quite a bit of coin before the update. The wooden plates, bowls, or cups, you're only going to make 232 coin off of what you can carry in one run. Now this is one run. You go and you craft it up. You're not encumbered. You go to the vendor one time and sell all of those items. That's what this is. Now granted, you can make multiple runs and do what you want. The wooden ladle or spoons, you're going to make 1,242 coin off of what you can carry in one run. The bucket, you're going to make 435 coin. That's it. Now the stone knives, with what you can carry on the stone knives, based off of the 65 kilogram weight limit and the 7 kilograms that we're estimating that we already have because of clothing and weapon and food, leaving us the 58 kilograms of items to carry, you can make 2,320 coin off of the stone knife. So right now, as it sits, if you've just started the game, you've built your first house, you've gone through day one and made your 2,000 plus coins making stone knives, the idea would be continue making stone knives to make the coin. And if you have fast crafting on, it's just going to be basically your time gathering the materials. So you have to go out and gather the stone and the sticks and things like that. Because most of your houses, you're going to be building your houses out of log or sticks. Now granted, some of you may already start with stone, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But if you're looking early game to make the most money you can out of either the workshop or what you can produce in your crafting wheel, right now, the stone knife is kind of king for that. Now, later on, once you start getting other buildings up and you start getting the farm going and maybe getting flax going or something like that, then obviously some of those are going to be able to produce more coin for you. And I will end up doing another guide for kind of a mid-tier or mid-game kind of a placement, so different buildings or different materials and things like that. So look for newer guides to constantly be coming as I make it through my season 5. And if you haven't started watching my season 5 of Medieval Dynasty, feel free to go to my channel and check that out. There's a playlist, season 5. That way you can watch me build my own village, which you see there over in the distance on the right. But anyway, folks, there we go. Stone knives, they seem to be somewhat superior early game, and we will see in another guide if they stay superior. Alrighty, folks, I appreciate you folks joining me for this, and if you haven't hit that like button, I'd appreciate it if you did so. It'll help put this video out in front of other people just like yourself. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really enjoy it if you did. We also have a Discord community that we are growing. We'd love to have you over there. And you can find all of my other links to buy me a coffee, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, all down in the description below. You folks take care and happy hunting.